Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Stace and I'm apparently dealing with burnout right now. So let's chat about how it happened, why I didn't notice it until now, and how I'm dealing with it in the hopes that, it can help you to spot the signs and do what's needed to help yourselves to recover. So let me know when you last felt burnt out in the comments and what you did and what you changed to help yourself to feel better. So let's go. At the time of recording this video, it's the 16th of October, and if you guys have seen any of my other recent videos, then it may be that you spotted the signs of this burnout way before I did, before I realized it was happening to myself. So the first sign was probably my 0 week way back in the middle of September. It was a week or two after I'd spent the whole of August working really hard on the channel relaunch and rebrand. And in my recent Plan With Me video, I also said that I wanted October to be a much better month. But then in the first full week of said month, I just woke up with that really kind of tired and drained feeling, and I didn't do any writing on the first Monday morning. And this happened several times throughout the week, and that's when it kind of hit me that I was probably struggling with some kind of burnout, but I still wasn't that sure. So one thing I've learned over time is that burnout isn't always an obvious thing. Sometimes it hits you like a truck and there's no way that you can deny that that's what's going on, but sometimes it's really insidious and it sneaks up on you a little bit, kind of hides in the shadows of doubt until it's too late to prevent it, kind of like with me right now. So this is why checking in with yourself really often is so important. So what were the signs? I'll quickly go through them so that you can look out for them too, but burnout does manifest so differently in ways that are unique to all of us. So make sure you do keep asking yourself if you are really okay. So I should have noticed something wasn't right when I was having so much trouble writing in the mornings. This is usually something that gives me a lot of energy, and it's something that I look forward to doing on every weekday morning. But I kind of just mistook it as being tired. I was like, oh, maybe I'm just a little bit tired today. But then I was still waking up early, but I was curling up on the sofa and going back to sleep, which should have been a major red flag for me, because that's really not like me at all. Another telltale sign is when mental health takes a dive, which is what really clued me in to the fact that I was probably dealing with burnout, when a lot more negative thoughts about myself start popping up and it's harder to control them. It's the surefire way to ask myself, is something else going on here? And the last sign was me not feeling like doing anything at all. Some mornings, if I'm not exactly feeling like fiction writing, then I'll maybe work on the channel instead so that I'm still being productive, but I really haven't been able to bring myself to do much of anything at all. So now that I find myself in this situation and have figured out what's going on, how am I looking after myself and how am I helping myself to recover? Firstly, I am listening to my body and basically just doing whatever it says. I get up each morning still at my usual time of 6 o'clock because I don't want to lose my schedule. I want to keep that schedule going. And then I'll sit and I'll consider if I'm feeling up to writing or not. If the answer is yes, then I do, but I don't hold myself to my usual standards in terms of how much I get done. I just do anything from a couple of paragraphs to a full chapter if I'm able to, but if I'm not, it's fine. And if I don't feel like writing, then I wrap up here on the sofa with my pillows and either watch a bit of YouTube or watch a film, do some reading, chat on some of my communities on Discord, or get a little bit more sleep if I'm having a particularly bad morning. This is extra important for me right now because, as you guys know, I start my studies at the end of the month and I really do not want to start them in a state of already being burnt out. I probably just need a break, and I do have a week off booked for next week. It should have been the first week of November, but I did move it forward a week because I felt that that was the best thing to do for me at the moment. So if you're able to do that kind of thing, don't be afraid to just take some time off work if you've got the holidays, you know, really take some downtime. I've adjusted my goals to take any kind of pressure off of myself. I originally wanted the first draft of my current novel to be finished by the end of this month. That's really not going to happen because I've hardly done any writing this month. It's still around the 37,000 word mark, and I imagine it's going to stay there for a little while. And I've extended this now, so instead of the end of this month, I've extended this to, I would like to try and get it finished by the end of the year. Because I was going to be writing less anyway when my studies started, to be honest, so maybe I'm just getting a head start on that, who knows. Usually I can write a first draft in 2 months to 10 weeks, but I don't have to hold myself to that expectation every single time I write a book, although it is kind of difficult for me because it shows how far from my regularly scheduled programming I actually am right now. I've been making sure to do things that I enjoy or that I find relaxing or creatively fulfilling. For me, this is journaling, reading, a bit more gaming than normal, and I recently got myself my first ever pen pal as well. So it was really fun putting together an introductory letter for them. I also treated myself to a few little bits just to cheer myself up because I find dealing with burnout quite difficult mentally because I'm at my happiest when I'm being consistently productive. But I went on a little stationery haul spree, and you may have already seen the video for this if it's up. If it's not up yet and I haven't got round to it or haven't had the energy to do it, then I hope to get it posted for you guys soon. And finally, I've been making sure that I continue to eat well, drink plenty to help myself recover, and I've been trying my best to keep up with my exercise and workouts as well. The hardest thing about this is probably trying to stay kind to myself about the situation. There's a part of me that's really mad, really angry about it, and is just kind of saying, you know, you already had a 3-month unplanned writing break earlier this year, you need to be doing better than this, you know, none of this was planned. But these kind of thoughts are very wrong, and I'm trying my best to reason them out with logic and not give them the satisfaction of sinking in. You know, I've already achieved a lot this year, looking back on everything, so taking a couple of months longer than normal to write the first draft when there have been, you know, a lot of changes to life this year for me, it really isn't unreasonable. I keep telling myself this, it's not unreasonable, it's not the end of the world, and I'm still continuing to write when I do feel able to do it, so I am still going to be making, you know, little bits of progress here and there. And I'm also really looking forward to starting my studies as well, so I'm hoping that I feel better by the time my course begins on the 30th. So, here's a few reminders for both you and for me, in case any of you are also feeling a bit like this recently and are dealing with this kind of burnout right now. So, number 1, repeat all of these after me. Extending the deadline of or postponing a goal is not failure. It's an adaptation based on your circumstances, and it's perfectly reasonable. It's never wrong to listen to your body and take a break when you need it. It's okay to treat yourself to something even when you're not being as productive as normal. You are strong and you are capable, and you will feel better than this soon, I promise. And that's about it for this video. I haven't had my normal amount of energy, and I know you guys wouldn't want me to apologize for that given the topic of this video. I do want to be back to a little bit more like my normal self soon though. But I hope all you guys are doing okay, and you know, remember that you're all awesome. And I'm going to keep plodding along and just keep doing what I can and resting when I need to. So let me know how you deal with burnout in the comments, when and if it hits, and whether you're starting to feel it too as we head towards the end of another year. So look after yourselves, please, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.